All right, let's do this. Happy Saturday afternoon, everybody. Sorry I could not make the Ranting episode last night. I was absolutely exhausted, and to be honest with you, for an episode like this, has to be absolutely perfect. And we got demolish this fan base. We got demolish them. Sorry, I just said demolish. I said demolish this fan base. How is everyone going? What is up? It is a beautiful Saturday afternoon. As you can see, it is bright as fuck. It is a little bit cold around my area, but you know what? It is what it is. We'll take an hour out of our day to demolish these rap bastards from Dallas. And how's them doing today? By the way, in the description, I put up $5 plus super chats. Get an ultimate rant out of me. You don't have to donate. You don't have to do any of that. But if you want an ultimate rant, it will be $5 plus. And yeah, how's everyone's day going? Let's get started. Where do I begin with this fan base? This fan base is pretty much non-existent anymore. They're irrelevant. No one really cares about the Dallas Cowboys. Now, this is one thing I kind of wanted to get off my chest when it comes to being a Philadelphia Eagles fan. Everyone hates the Dallas Cowboys more than the New York Giants, even though the New York Giants are up the Parkway and the Dallas Cowboys are halfway across the fucking country. Now, this is something I don't get because I grew up in a time where the Dallas Cowboys weren't relevant at all. From 2000 to now, they haven't been relevant. Now, they won 5 titles from the 70s to the 90s. 5 titles. I understand why people hate them. They're winners. Not recently, they haven't been. They had a couple of years' success with Jason Garrett. Back in 2017, they got to technically 2016, but 2017, they got to the playoffs. They were the number 1 seed, and they choked at the hands of Aaron Rodgers and that abysmal Packers team at home, which is pretty funny to watch. You saw EDP show his bare ass on camera. Everyone knows that. But the Dallas Cowboys have been very relevant. Now, why does everyone hate the Dallas Cowboys? It's because of their fans. Their fans are overly delusional. They don't know what they're talking about. They idolize a quarterback who is, let's face it, very average. Now, I said that Dak Prescott was good back in 2016 because he fit their offense perfectly. But if Jason Garrett can't make you an accomplished QB, nobody can, because Jason Garrett made Romo what he was. And the problem with Romo was he was always injured. He was made of glass. That's why he didn't succeed. But if you're asking me a question, I thought that Romo was one of the best QBs they've ever had. Now, he didn't stay healthy, and it derailed his career. But Dak Prescott, I hope they pay this guy $40 million a year, and I hope that they listen to their fans, because Dak Prescott doesn't have what it takes. He had the best O-line in football, one of the best running games in football, some of the best wide receiving options in football, and still can't get it done. They couldn't get to the playoffs last year when we were, let's face it, a very mediocre team. They couldn't capitalize on it. They lost to the Bills at home on Thanksgiving by, I think it was 10, and they couldn't get over the hump. The Cowboys and their fans are absolutely delusional. The Cowboys and their fans will never realize what it takes to win again, because the NFL has changed. You have a salary cap now, and you can't dump a ton of money into a team. And the Cowboys, let's face it, they're irrelevant. I hate talking about the Cowboys. You guys picked this one, though, so I got to do it. I hate talking about the Cowboys because, let's face it, they're very irrelevant. I hate the Giants much more than I hate the Cowboys. But the Cowboys fans that think that they're going to win a championship in the near future, they're not. I just went to the Dallas Cowboys Stadium back in October, late October, when they killed us. Obviously, they fucking killed us. It sucked, but they killed us. And you could see their banners hanging on the other side of the arena or the stadium, and it looked like if you touched it, they were ripped in half. That's how old they are. That's how old their banners in the stadium are. And it's funny to me because the Cowboys fans down there are more realistic than the Cowboys fans that are all across the country, like in Jersey, Buffalo, wherever you name it. The Cowboys fans, the delusional Cowboys fans, come from the East Coast. Because guess what? They're not really Cowboys fans, all right? The Cowboys fans that resonate in the East Coast probably grew up watching the Cowboys in the early 90s, whatever, the 70s, whatever. They're not really fans. The real fans resonate in Dallas, and they understand what needs to go on with the team. And Dak Prescott is, let's face it, he's very mediocre. Now, he has a ton of passing yards, but that's what the league has turned into, a passing league. That's why you're going to have passing yards. Carson Wentz had 4,000 passing yards with trash wide receivers. It's a passing league. We don't really run the ball as much as we used to. Any team in the NFL. Look at Patrick Mahomes. The San Francisco 49ers had a great defense, and Patrick Mahomes threw all over them because it's a passing league. You're not expecting it. Now, you can run the ball, but who do the Kansas City Chiefs have at running back this year? No one special. They won off passing. It's a passing league. And the Cowboys fan base have to be up there with the Lakers fans. And I'll even say it, Yankees fans as well. I'm a huge Yankee fan, but, they're the most bandwagon fans in all of sports. And, I understand why people don't like them, but it's not because of their winning, because they never win. They never won. And the one time they had a decent season, let's face it, they got bounced in the first round. The Cowboys fans are just delusional, and I understand why people dislike them. It's because of their fans. It's not because it's their success, because let's face it, they have none. They have no success. And I'm reading a comment in the comment section from Chris Garland. He is a Cowboys fan. I think he's a diehard Cowboys fan. Let's read this. That isn't true, actually. I'm from Pennsylvania, and I'm way more realistic than most dumb Cowboys fans. I don't say Super Bowl every year. I say like 9 or 10 wins, maybe a playoff win at that. Doesn't mean I want that. Do you think Dak Prescott's a good quarterback, Chris? This will name it right off the bat. It's honestly how butthurt you're acting like Eagles fans aren't worse. Eagles fans, I have a love-hate relationship with Eagles fans, Chris. You have to understand this. You have to understand I have a love-hate relationship with Eagles fans. There are fans out there who I just want to bash their head through a fucking wall, and there are Eagles fans out there that are realistic like myself. I'm a very realistic Eagles fan. I'll tell you how it is. Not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles and how they need to build their team. But Dallas Cowboys, they're just delusional 24/7. Like, literally 24/7. He said Dak isn't elite, but he's not the worst. I don't even think he's good, to be honest with you. And I actually stuck up for Dak. I actually thought that Dak wasn't their problem, but everyone blamed it on Jason Garrett when Jason Garrett was far from the problem on that team. The New York Giants scare the shit out of me now because they have an offensive coordinator who fixed Tony Romo. That scares me because he's going to fix Daniel Jones, and he's going to turn Daniel Jones into a really good quarterback. And Daniel Jones has flaws when it comes to fumbling, but when you get someone who was a quarterback at Princeton and has brains to be an offensive coordinator in Jason Garrett, they're going to do good things over there up there in New York. It's going to fucking suck, but I'm just being honest. Yo, what's up, 44th Legendary? How you doing? I want to throw a potato at Howie's face. Yeah, it's funny. I was just talking. I know this is a Cowboy stream, but I was just talking to my friend about Howie Roseman. I think Howie Roseman is going to draft a defensive lineman, and it's going to suck, but I'm expecting it, so it is what it is. It just sucks. To say he's that good, come on, you're just being biased. He's not that good. He's not worth what he's asking to get paid. You're talking about a dude that got the shit kicked out of him in a parking lot during college. Like, if you got the shit kicked out of you in a parking lot during college and you're an all-pro athlete, like, there's something wrong there. Giants aren't going to be anything but a 5-1 team. I disagree. I actually think they're going to be a lot better next year. Like, a lot better, like a playoff contender. Let's see. They have the attributes. They just need a couple offensive linemen, and they need some pieces on defense, and they're ready to roll. And it scares me. Let me see. Dak stat. Yeah, Dak literally stat pads. Like, if you go back to that Chicago Bears team, Bears game, like in the middle of the season last year, he got over 300 yards, but at the end of the game, you could hear Troy Aikman saying that, yeah, this is just garbage time shit. This doesn't mean anything. That's how he got his yards, garbage time. Dude, he couldn't throw against the Bears. He couldn't. He went, and that's another thing I'm going to talk about. He went down the field on the first possession when the Chicago Bears game when it was the Chicago Bears game, he went right down the field, and then they adjusted. He couldn't do anything. That was against the Bears, and he couldn't do anything. They figured him out right off the bat. Exactly. I'm not underestimating the Giants. People don't realize that Garrett is a good OC, just a terrible head coach. I don't even think he's a terrible head coach. I think he's serviceable, but he just couldn't get the job done, and that's why they got rid of him. But as an offensive coordinator, he's very good, like a very good offensive coordinator. Cowboys are going to – no, they're not. That makes no sense to compare that innocent to Dak's career. You call the Giants the worst team last year, so how are they going to be good now that you're consistent? I'll tell you how they're going to be good, because they got a guy from the New England Patriots who's been under Bill Belichick for years. They just got Jason Garrett, who I think is an elite offensive coordinator. And they have Daniel Jones. Let's face it, he can't really throw the long ball, but he's very accurate when it comes to short passes. He's very aware. He's smart. He went to Duke. He has an IQ. And if he fixes the fumbling problems, you have Sterling Shepard, you have Golden Tate, you have Evan Ingram, you have fucking Saquon Barkley, who catches passes out of the backfield. They will be very dynamic on offense if they can figure it out with their quarterback position and their offensive line. They'll be very dynamic. And it sucks because I hate the Giants, but it's the truth. Michael Klankoff, what's up, Clanky? Dak is not worth the money if they're going to pay him. He's not. And honestly, I think they're going to franchise tag him because Jerry knows that they need to find another quarterback because he can't get the job done. Jones can play. Let me see. Garrett, elite, you're dumb. Yeah, you'll see this year, Chris. It's gonna suck. Chrono Cowboy, what's up, Nitro? I hope you had a good week. You can rant about my fan base all you want. I really don't care. Yeah, I mean, you're one of the diehard. You're one of the loyals. Look at the fan above you, Chrono. He is what I'm talking about. Chris does not know the game at all, and he makes your fan base look absolutely terrible. He's saying Garrett is not an elite offensive coordinator. Go back to that 13-3 season when they lost to the Giants in the playoffs when Wade Phillips was their head coach. 13-3 with Wade Phillips. You're going to tell me that Jason Garrett didn't fix Tony Romo to get him in that position? You're going to really tell me that? Garrett was a solid pickup for the New York Giants. Solid. Big time need to your franchise. Off topic, but your Flyers are looking good and my Pens are looking like poop. The Penguins look like they're in a decline, Clanky. They look like they're in a big decline, and it's, thank God, please, for the love of God, I hope it's true, because the Penguins have been a thorn in our sides for years, and I think it's time for the Rangers and Flyers to find their own rivalry, because the Rangers look very good. You know, they got the shit kicked out of them last night, but Kreider fractured his foot, and I'm actually going to the game tomorrow, which is Sunday. Yeah, I'm going to the game tomorrow. It'll be a good one, but we'll see what happens. But the Pens, you know, they're not looking too hot right now. They lost to the Kings, I think, the other night. I like them. They're gonna get Marleau back. Well, Marleau is 40 years old, so they got to see what they have left in him. But we'll see what happens. If I make the fans look bad, then shit, no fan of it. Dude, Chris, you're coming off as really biased. He's not going to be that good. You're the biggest hater. I'm the most realistic fan. I know football. Every person that knows. Oh, my God, Chris, you're really setting yourself up for failure. Yo, what's up, Saints fan? How you doing? We're talking about the Cowboys and their dumbass fans. Evan Ingram can't stay healthy. He can't, but if he does stay healthy, they got something solid up there. What else do we have? He took Romo to the next level in 2007. Great OC, but let me see. A great OC. What were you saying? I fucking lost it. We got our first super chat of the day, $4.99 super chat. Henry I. At the end of the day, Jerry Jones will probably be gone by the time they win another Super Bowl, if at all. Great super chat. Great comment. Because honestly, I'll say this as an Eagles fan and an unbiased Eagles fan. Jerry Jones, the only way that the only way that the Dallas Cowboys win a Super Bowl, and I'm going to be completely blunt and honest with you. All right. The only way Jerry Jones wins a Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys, he won't. He would have to die. And I'm being completely honest with you because Jerry Jones, being the GM, doesn't know what it takes to run a football organization anymore. He doesn't. He's getting old. He's not thinking right, and he won't. He's too stubborn and biased. Well, not biased. He's too stubborn to give up the reins to a guy that actually knows what he's doing. And that's why it's killing the Cowboys every single year. The only way the Dallas Cowboys win a championship is if Jerry Jones actually dies, because he's not going to give up the reins. Jerry Jones thinks he knows everything about the sport, even though he's, 75 years old now. He's worth $1 billion. He went into Daniel Schneider territory. And, you know, I'm all for it. I'm all for him keeping the GM job, because as long as he's alive, they ain't winning the Super Bowl. They're not. They're not winning the Super Bowl. Chris, I say something smart every single time something comes out of my mouth. You just pick and choose what you want to hear. I'm telling you what you need to hear. Jerry Jones, there's no way they win the Super Bowl again under Jerry Jones as a GM. If he gives up the GM reins, which he won't, they will win the Super Bowl because they have what it takes. They have the offensive line. They have a great linebacking core. They have defensive line. I said offensive line. They have a linebacker core. Their cornerback core is kind of suspect, but Byron Jones, if they pay him, you know, he's a stud. But they have everything it takes but the quarterback. The quarterback's not good, and that's what's holding them back, and Jerry Jones doesn't see that. But thanks for the super chat, Henry. I really appreciate it. You're right on the money. And Jerry Jones, he would have to be gone. He would have to be gone for them to win the Super Bowl, because there is no fucking way that they win the Super Bowl with Jerry Jones ever again. He had his time. He lives in the past, and that's all there is to it. And hopefully that fulfilled your super chat. I really, really appreciate the $4.99. And yeah, thank you so much. I don't know what Dylan Holiday said. I'm going to check it out. Chris wants all the smoke. Yeah, I think he deleted that. Bye, Peter. And Chris, you're a moderator on my channel, and I'm not going to remove you because you're a buddy. I have you as a buddy on my channel, but like, come on, dude. Some of the stuff you say is so bad. It really is. No, you don't. You rarely say something smart. You just listen to yourself being wrong than other people telling you what's right. No, because I'm right most of the time. People just don't want to hear it because what I'm saying is right, and it kind of hurts people's feelings. Like last year when we lost to the Detroit Lions, week 3, I said our season was over. People didn't want to hear it. Then we won that game against Green Bay when Devontae Adams got hurt in the second quarter, and people said, "Oh, you were wrong." Nope, the season was still over because I knew what kind of holes we had. I knew that we weren't a good football team. I knew that losing to the Detroit Lions in Week 3, you can't lose to teams like that at home because the Detroit Lions weren't a good football team. Like, I knew this team was done. I knew that we weren't contending for a championship. Now, we sneaked into the playoffs because the rest of the division sucked, but our season was over. It was ineffectively over. We lost the Miami Dolphins. It was done. It was done at that point. Once we lost the Atlanta Falcons, it was over. It was done. But actually, no. When we lost to the Detroit Lions, it was over. 15 minutes in, hit that thumbs up button. 26 people in here right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this lovely Saturday afternoon. Joey Shakes said something. I made it. Byron Jones reported you leave Dallas. I think the Eagles have no choice but to go after Byron Jones. I would like the pickup. I would. He was from Connecticut originally. I would like that pickup. And you know what? At this point, I think anyone would be an upgrade over what we have. But you know what? We do have to figure out the linebacker position because I cannot go into the season with Camus and Nate Gary going into the season. I cannot do it. I know they don't value the linebacker position, but you need to fix that. You have to. Let me see what else we have. He's calling people dumb. He's just getting exposed. I don't even think Zeke is a top 5 anymore. Yeah, he is. Zeke's probably top 3. I think overall, he's a top 2. I think Saquon is the best at back in football, and I think Zeke is number 2. But yeah, he's definitely up there, bro. Mike McCarthy is just another puppet. Yeah, he stinks. Mike McCarthy is actually a downgrade from Jason Garrett, in my opinion. What else? Let me see. Peter, just kick run. Dude, I don't know what Chris. People calling you dumb shouldn't affect the way you think. Listen, say whatever you think's on your mind. It doesn't make it right, but at the same time, you should always have your own mind, and just say what you got. Say what's on your chest. Say what's on your chest. This is what this hour is for. It's ranting, not just for me, but for you guys as well. Just say what's on your chest. What's up, Thomas? How you doing? Trash equals Garrett. Yep, I agree. And what else did we say? Nope, down here. Are we getting a lot in here? No problem, bro. Good rant. And the Jerry Jones argument is something I've been saying for years. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, thank you again for that super chat. Jerry Jones is just an idiot. He's a moron, and he's like Al Davis now. He's useless. Barkley over Zeke, laugh out loud. He could in the future, but not now. You're putting Garrett over Mike McCarthy. Oh my God, yes, I am. I'm putting Garrett over Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy couldn't get along with one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Like, how's that possible? It's not possible, literally. Not even an Eagles fan, but watching Orlando Skandrick on First Take looking stupid as fuck was great. What a jackass. He was never an Eagle, always a Cowboy, and actually fueled Philly season. I agree with that 100%. Cowboys are a 6-7 win team next year. Yes, I agree with that. I'm a little suspicious about drafting Henry Ruggs. Just because someone is fast doesn't mean they're going to be a great receiver. I agree 100% with you. I think we should go for CeeDee Lamb, Judy, or Jefferson over Ruggs. And I don't think Howie's going to draft any one of them. I think he's going to go defense. If Barkley had Dallas's line, he would ran for 3,000 yards. I agree. Cowboys are a 9-win team next year. I don't know about that. Steven, and do you think that's good enough, Chris? Let's be honest. Steven Jones knows more. Yeah, because he's younger. Jerry Jones has gone senile, possibly. Barkley still plays out of his mind with that trash. Yeah, he's a great talent. He's all pro. He could be one of the best of all time already, honestly. Jerry Jones wanted to draft Paxton Lynch and Johnny Manziel. Yeah, that's why they suck. And they found, I'm not going to say diamond in the rough, but in his first year at least, at least Dak Prescott was serviceable, but now everyone figured him out. Someone just asked, okay, so Zomp just asked me a question. It says, ask why do all Cowboys fans look the same? And also look like they banged their sister. I mean, let's be honest here. I'm not going to really get into that much. He said why they banged their sister. I mean, down in Dallas, it looked like everyone was nice. Everyone was like, they wanted you to come in with open arms and realize how Cowboys Nation was. And, everyone down there was nice. There was one fight in the stand, but like we kind of started, I'm not going to lie. I filmed the whole thing. And the bang their sister, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they banged their sister. They might. I don't know. It's honestly funny how you think you were always right and know what you were talking about, because I do. Is there a receiver you in the draft? Is there a receiver you like in the draft for the Eagles? I like Jefferson, Lamb, or Judy. I would be fine with either one of them. Why do you think Mark Holmes is stupid? I don't think Mark Holmes is stupid. I think he is the ultimate troll. And I think he does a great job running this channel, especially that one guy next to him. I think it's his kid in the car when he's like, hey, welcome back. And this would not be possible without you. The kid is literally just sitting here like he had like 15 5-hour energies and just sitting here like he's about to die. Like, it's like the perfect prop. Like the way the way he just runs his channel is just genius. Eagles fans wouldn't be like that. Blah, 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 blah. CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, I would love CeeDee Lamb. Who's better, Dak or Daniel Jones? Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is better than Dak. And I hate the New York Giants. And that's it for right now. Yeah, but the Cowboys fans are just so stupid. Chris has just proven everyone right when it comes to Cowboys fans, and I like Chris. You know, I have nothing against Chris, but I have nothing against him. But he's talking out of his ass right now. He really is. Talking to my friend right now. Talking to my friend right now. Okay, cool. Mark Holmes says Dak is better than Mahomes. Yeah, it's a troll job. You know, he doesn't mean what he says. I'm really not. Just because you don't agree with don't mean I'm wrong. Chris, you're wrong. Like, everything you've said in this chat so far just proves that you're wrong. You know, you want your team to be good, but you're arguing with me on things I'm being truthfully right about. I wouldn't be saying it if I didn't agree with it or think it was true, you know? So that's that. I think the Eagles go defense in free agency, sign linebacker, 2 corners, one expensive, one less expensive, sign 1 receiver, save draft capital, move up and draft your guy in this offense. I would love it. I would absolutely love that, but do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not, because Howie Roseman's a moron. Until he proves me otherwise, which I'll be in Vegas, so I'll be having fun regardless. Until he proves me otherwise, I'm still going to say he's a moron. That's just how I always think. What did Chris say? You're always right, apparently. Yeah, I mean, you spelled am I right about this? You spelled your wrong. It's you are, not your. That's another thing I'm right about, but you'll say it's wrong. Your take on the safety situation. I see 2 holes at safety right now. Yeah, especially if Jenks walks away. If Jenks is gone, it's going to be – I hate to see I would hate to say a rebuilding year, but it would definitely be a down year in my opinion, because we have a lot of holes on the defensive side of the ball. And if our pressure doesn't get there up front like it didn't last year, it'll be a major problem. Huge, major problem. Now he's calling me a Nazi. Yeah, retool. It could be a retooling year. It could be, but it's a suspect year to me. I think we absolutely need to kill free agency and the draft. That's what I do, and I don't see us killing the draft because we never do. You know, so it's one of those tough situations we're putting right now, but I think we'll figure it out. I really do. You know, I was a little bit down on the team last year because I knew after the 3rd week we were done. So it was kind of like one of those seasons, like ripping a Band-Aid off slowly. You knew you couldn't beat teams like Kansas City. You knew you couldn't beat teams like the 49ers. So it was like ripping a Band-Aid off slowly. I hate seasons like that. There's so many Folsian Society members in here. Yeah, I'm one of them. We can't afford to fuck up this draft. Yeah, we can't afford to fuck it up, but you know it's coming. Like any realistic Eagles fan knows it's coming, you know. It just happens. It happens, unfortunately. We're going to fuck it up. Yeah, I'm one of those people that think so as well. I just don't see how we any positive outcome on this. And it sucks. It sucks, but you know that's what happens. What is there? No, we're good right now. Yeah, definitely. What else do we have in here? Wow, there was a lot. There was a lot I missed. Let me go up a little bit. Someone said Zeke is overrated. That's not true. When they adjusted that, the coach's blame. You're not wrong. Chances the Giants go after Clowney. There could be a big chance, especially because he has beef with the Eagles. So they would like to grab him. So it's kind of like a mind game. I could see that. Should the Cowboys go after Brady? Well, Brady's a better option than Dak. So I think they should, but I don't think they will. I think they're going to stick with Dak and franchise him. Here are my Philadelphia Eagles prediction. The Eagles are going to sign Byron Jones and 2 linebackers, and then trade Alshon Jeffrey, and the draft come to the Eagles are going to trade up. I like your predictions, but I think Alshon Jeffrey stays now. That's the only thing I disagree with. How about Conklin? Maybe. Nick Foles' career is very strange. Every time he comes in as a backup, he's great, but when he's the starter from day one, he's average. It's not that he's average. It's just that when you give him the helm and you give him the reins, he gets injured. He's very injury prone. I'll admit that. I'm a huge Foles fan, probably one of the biggest ones, but he's very injury prone, like extremely injury prone. And when you rely on him to run a franchise, it's tricky, Off topic, but are you concerned about the Yankees going into the season? With Severino being out for the year and Paxton being out till May? Nah, not really. Foles works well in Peterson's system. Yep, he works well in the city of Philadelphia. In the Super Bowl, they actually, believe it or not, if you go back and look at that Super Bowl, Peterson implemented some of Chip Kelly's offense in that Super Bowl, so Nick Foles can thrive. So people that say Chip Kelly didn't help out with the Super Bowl, I mean, just look back. Some of the RPOs that were working in Chip Kelly's system, they put into our offense for him to succeed. Foles has never played a full season. Nope. Flyers are red hot. I don't see them getting past the second round. I do. I have the Flyers as a dark horse to win the Stanley Cup, believe it or not. I really do. I think the Flyers are fucking awesome. I think they're incredible. And they're definitely the best team in Philly right now. The Flyers, I absolutely love the Philadelphia Flyers. Love them. Too young and lack of playoff experience. I disagree. You have AV right there. He's going to pump him up. He's going to get him ready. You have Kevin Hayes, who's been in the Stanley Cup Finals. Hart's only 21. Yeah, who cares? Matt Murray was 21 when he won the Stanley Cup with Pittsburgh Penguins. It doesn't matter how old you are. I liked Foles, but I wanted the Eagles to keep Wentz, and I'm glad they did. Well, yeah, they were always going to keep Wentz because they threw their chips in the basket for a quarterback. They went up to the second overall pick for that guy. Foles was here before, and they traded him away. There was no way they were going to keep Foles over Wentz. It just wasn't happening. I can see the Eagles trading up in the NFL draft. I can too, but for the guy that we want, that's another story. Like, I just don't trust Howie Roseman. I don't, and I never will. Gonna have to get past my Caps, and that's not easy. The Capitals are kind of going downhill, bro. So are the Pittsburgh Penguins. Look at the Flyers. They're vying for home ice right now. If they get that number 1 or 2 seed, they have home ice. So that would be huge. The only team I really fear are the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Tampa Bay Lightning is the only team that I feel like we'd have a lot of trouble with. Like, the only team I feel like we'd have a lot of trouble with. But, we'll see. It should be interesting. I'll be at MSG tomorrow to check out that Flyers-Rangers game. So it'll be interesting. Every team goes into slump and every team gets red hot eventually. It depends. He's still mobile, but not as much before the injury. Wentz, yeah, he can barely move anymore, and it's clearly obvious. It sucks, but it's clearly obvious. We're almost at the half-hour mark. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Hit that notification bell at the top. And remember, if you want an ultimate rant out of me, it's a $5 super chat. You don't have to do it. You don't have to donate to the channel. But if you want an ultimate rant and give him my undivided attention, it's a $5 plus super chat, and I just go off. I go off on any topic. It could be literally anything. MSG is so great. I like MSG. I do. I'm a big fan of MSG. I like how Wells Fargo, they remodeled it to look kind of like the same standard as MSG. I kind of like that. But yeah, I mean, we went through this whole stream so far talking about how bad the Cowboys and their fans are. Like, it's been a half an hour and it doesn't even feel like it. Who do you hate more, the Nationals or the Astros? Why would I hate the Nationals? Everyone should hate the Astros equally. Like, fuck the Astros. He seemed more mobile when he was in 2018. Yeah. When he faced the Colts in 2018, he faced the Colts, and he looked like he was back to his old form. And then all of a sudden he got hurt, and that was it. Rangers fan here, I see us competing for years to come. Yeah, but probably not this year. Probably not this year. We kind of exposed you guys last night. Even though Kreider got hurt, kind of exposed you guys last night. It was pretty fun to watch. 5-2. It's a good game to watch. Carson Wentz is going to be fine next season. We'll see. You got to surround him with talent, and you got to make sure you give him time to throw, especially in the pocket, because he's not a great pocket passer. You have to make him use his legs. Yeah, he has to roll out of the pocket consistently. That's how he succeeds. And We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm not the biggest Carson Wentz person because I just think he was a flash in the pan in 2017. It sucks for me to say that, but he hasn't really shown me anything to where he could really take over a game. He just hasn't. That's exactly why Lamb would be perfect. He knows how to play with mobile quarterbacks. I would love to see Lamb in this offense. I would, but I think he's going to be gone in the top 10. I really do. Caps Flyers this Wednesday in DC. Can't wait. Me either. I don't think he's immobile though. He's not. Carson Wentz isn't immobile, but he's not what he used to be, and that's a big problem to his game because him being able to escape the pocket so consistently is what kept the defense on their heels and toes the whole time. They didn't know what he was going to do. That's why it left wide receivers like wide open, like right down the field. Like you'd have Torrey Smith wide open. How the fuck is Torrey Smith getting wide open? You'd have him wide open, and you don't have wide receivers wide open anymore because he can't move. What's up, Nitro? What's up, Nicholas? How you doing? Garrett Cole is basically going to carry the Yankees rotation until Paxton gets back. But overall, it just seems like the Yankees have a hard time staying healthy. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They're deep, bro. They're really deep this year. Like, incredibly deep. Incredibly deep. Ah, man. But, yeah. Yep. And this is what I mean. This is why I say no one cares about the Cowboys. Because the other 5 streams that I did, it was a full hour nonstop action. And then I just laid the hammer down on the Cowboys fans, and halfway through, nothing to talk about when it comes to the Cowboys. Because no one cares. No one cares about the Cowboys. Literally no one cares. And he says Cowboys fans are like stuck in the 90s. Yeah, they are. Nobody cares about the Cowboys. Any Eagles fan pushing that agenda to say that we hate the Cowboys more than the Giants, why? There's no reason to. They stink. Carson's going to have a big year next year. I hope so. They were all hurt They were all hurt What? They were all hurt. I don't even know. You got to retype that, bro. I just came from the gym and I'm kind of loopy. But it's yeah. Who do you think is the dumbest Cowboys YouTuber? Dumbest? Whew. Dumbest. Probably Mosh. Yeah, it's funny because Mosh has been here forever, and Mosh has like the long ass hair. I think they're basically all delusional, but some of them I think put on an act. But Mosh is pretty much up there. What's your dark horse team in the NL and the AL to make the playoffs? Dark horse, I don't know. It's still kind of early. We'll see what happens. I in the AL, the White Sox. In the NL, I'll have to get back to you on that one. I don't know. Probably the Mets. If there's a team that is dumb enough to pass on Chase Young, I feel like it would be the Redskins. There's no way in hell that the Redskins pass on Chase Young. And Chase Young is a monster. Yankees were hurt all year and then won over – my God. Holy shit. All right, so I'm just going to sum up what he said. Yankees were hurt all year and still won over 100 games. Yep, it was they won 103 and they were hurt for a consistent part of the year. A long time. Who do you hate the most that's on the Cowboys right now? Who do I hate the most? I don't really hate anybody. I don't hate anybody because they stink. You know, if they were good, I'd point them out much more, but I don't hate anyone, to be honest with you. I really don't. It looks like that game is looking pretty juicy. Good stuff. I don't like that one at all. All right, cool. But yeah, I mean the Cowboys are what they are. They're stuck in the past, and they're always going to be stuck in the past. As long as Jerry Jones is alive, they're going to be stuck in the past. Thoughts on Cop Pizzle? I mean, he's been here since 2008. He has the same shtick, same old act since he was 20 years old. He has a kid now. He's 32, 33. I mean, it got old really quick. He's probably a good guy off camera. Actually, I know he's a good guy off camera, but on camera, lame, boring. Eagles stuck in the past. I mean, if you consider the past 3 years ago, I'd have to agree with you. But, you know, at least you have a title this millennium. You know, you don't have a title this millennium. So that's all there is to it. Only thing the Caps struggle with is their coaching staff. They don't know what they're doing. We do have the most talented team in the league, though. I disagree. I think Tampa Bay has the most talented team in the league. And that's the team I'm kind of nervous of, to be honest with you, if we were to face a team in the playoffs. Because Tampa Bay has what it takes to be just a top team consistently. White Sox actually look very good this year. They do. They've had a couple of key free agent signings. Bruins are good too. Yes, they are. I agree with that. I hate Boston teams, but they have a good squad up there as well. They have a good goalie. They have good coaching. They have good offensive players, defensive players. They have everything. Um, but yep. But the Capitals, they'll be there. They'll probably be bounced in the second round. I mean, the Capitals, they have talent, but at the same time, it's just it's just consistency with that team, and that I don't think they have it. Char needs to retire. Yeah, I agree. Who do you think the Sixers will finish? How do I think they'll finish? I think the Sixers will finish. It depends. I don't know. Maybe second round. Favorite football commentator of all time? I like the guy on CBS. I forget his name. I like the guy on CBS though. John Madden was a good one. Al Michaels is a good one. But yeah, I don't really have a favorite. Tony Romo was phenomenal. I think Mike McCarthy is overrated. He only won one ring and one of the best QBs of all time. Yep. I think he's overrated as well. Actually, I know he's overrated. Alex Ovechkin is the greatest goal scorer ever. I don't agree with that. Okay. I saw your asterisk. Yeah, definitely one of, not the greatest though. That's a title right there. All right, so most of these aren't looking good. I put in a couple bets. Whatever. Kevin Harlan. Yeah, Kevin Harlan. I like Kevin Harlan a lot. A lot. Okay. 21. He'll pass Gretzky. Yeah, probably, but he's not Gretzky. Gretzky's the best hockey player of all time. Literally the best hockey player of all time. I think Tom Brady is a GOAT. Why is that? When I see Tom Brady, I see a guy that was completely accomplished in Bill Belichick's system and a complete system quarterback. I don't think if you put him in another system, he'd do as well or even near as well as he did there. Kevin Harlan and Tony Romo need to be paired together. That would be something else. I heard that Tony Romo's getting $17 million for next year. That's just insane. Anybody but Joe Buck, I can't stand him. Yeah. Joe Buck has a voice, but very boring, very monotone, and I can understand that. The man is over 2,700 points. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's almost way ridiculous. Joe Buck. A lot of people hate Joe Buck. Who are my favorite Eagles YouTubers? I have a list. I'm not gonna say one or the other because then people may get butthurt. So, I mean, I'm not gonna. Obviously, I'm biased. Like I have my favorites, but maybe I'll say it one day. I just don't know right now. I wouldn't say it right now. But it's a good question. I'm not interested in watching the Sixers now. Me either, because they're not taking the regular season seriously at all, and it's obvious. I'm watching my Thunder instead, but I'm just talking about goals, not points. Yeah, but yeah, you need to have a combination of both to be the best hockey player of all time. Goals are one thing, but points are another. You gotta have two. You gotta have both. Lightning will get swept like last year. I don't think so. Let me see. ADP does some weird ass content. Has him over 1 million subs. So whatever he's doing is working. Which NFL team do you think will be the worst this season? NFL? Sorry, I'm coughing a lot. Probably Miami again. Or not Miami again. I'm gonna go with Miami. Yeah, I don't see any hope for them on the horizon at all. Off-topic question, but have you and EP made up? Yes, we have. I was actually just talking to him about Aaron Judge, believe it or not, like not too long ago, because he was like, it was the first time I ever heard of him, and I was like, wow, have you been living under a fucking rock? But yeah, it was a good question. I mean, me and him are doing all right. Since he will be the worst NFL team, it depends how Joe Burrow plays. If Joe Burrow balls out in his first NFL year, I think Cincinnati will be okay. I really do. But Joe Burrow needs to look at least half as he did at LSU as he does in NFL. Bengals front office is terrible. I agree with that, but you know what? We'll see how Joe Burrow pans out. Maybe he'll be good. I don't think he will, but maybe he'll be good. He's won 6 Super Bowls. He's a 4-time Super Bowl MVP, 3-time MVP, 3-time NFL Offensive Player of the Year. He's also the 7-time passing touchdowns leader. Yeah, so what? I still think Peyton Manning's better. Overall, we're talking about QBs. We're not talking about accomplishments. We're talking about QBs. I'd say the Redskins will be the worst. Let me ask you a question, Danny. If you had a choice, same system, same coaching staff. If you had the choice to pick one quarterback to run your offense, would it be Tom Brady, both the same age, Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers? Who would you rather have? So let's see what your question. Let's see what your response is. I'd say the Redskins will be the worst. We'll see. I mean, Ron Rivera is a good coach. He's a very good coach. Could we ever see any videos with y'all in the future? Your season predictions were always funny. Yeah, it depends. As much as I would like to, it's really up to him. Joe Burrow might not want to be a Bengal. He's going to the Bengals. Aaron Rodgers always. Yeah, Peter is right. Well, it's his opinion. It's an opinion. And Danny says Tom Brady. I mean, I don't really understand that, but Aaron Rodgers to me is much better. Do you think Austin Mahomes will be as deadly this year as he was last year? You mean Patrick Mahomes? Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is a beast. How do you think Tua will be in the NFL? I think he'll be all right as long as he stays healthy. That's the downfall of Tua, but Tua's pretty good. The difference in talent is remarkable. It is. It is. Aaron Rodgers is just natural. Tom Brady needs to be in the perfect system, the perfect setting, have the perfect route runners, and he succeeds, which they've given to him for the last 20 years. The New England Patriots are the most perfectly run NFL franchise in probably history. Who do you think Tua will get drafted by? Who's number 3? Whoever's number 3 will draft him. I think there are going to be so many brawls in baseball this year, most of them involving the Astros. I can feel it. Well, the Astros need to wear it on their sleeve like a shield. They have to, because they know what they're going through. They know they didn't get punished, and they know they're going to have to put up with it. That's how it is. 36-year-old Aaron Rodgers is better than 26-year-old Wentz. I'm not disagreeing. I mean, I'm not the biggest Wentz guy, so you're not going to get a reaction out of me. You're not going to get a reaction out of me on that one. All right, so we are a little bit over 40 minutes into this live stream. Do me a favor if you're still in here. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Click that notification bell at the top. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. The Cowboys rant went a little quick because let's be honest with each other. The Cowboys, no one gives a shit about the Cowboys. And, I knew this was going to win, but everyone that's followed me, everyone that knows me, everyone that knows that the videos I make knows I don't pay attention to the Cowboys because the Cowboys are just – who cares? Like, they always lose. It's just like, who gives a shit? Brady has 6 game-winning drives in the Super Bowl. Brady has more touchdowns and TDs than any other QB in Super Bowl history. He also has the best TD to INT ratio in Super Bowl history. Yeah, he also lost to Eli Manning twice, and he lost to Nick Foles once. So you want to add those stats in there? Go for it. Cowboys are America's team. They're not. They're self-proclaimed America's team. They're not. They're not America's team. Brady also has Belichick. Yep. Belichick is the GOAT. Belichick is the GOAT. I agree with that one. That's going to hit. That's not going to hit. Wow. And reamed. We always suck when there's high expectations. Haven't made back-to-back playoffs since 2006, 2007. Yep. I remember when he threw for 500 yards against the Eagles. Yeah, so what? He lost. I love when Stephen A. Smith trolls the Cowboys. Yeah, I don't like Stephen A. Smith, though. Belichick and Don Shula. Yep. Every great QB has a great coach. No, not necessarily. I don't think Doug Peterson's a great coach, and Nick Foles won a Super Bowl being great. So, you got 1 ring. Relax. We have 5, and rings don't get old. They get old pretty quick. I mean, we won our Super Bowl almost 3 years ago, and to me, it's getting old. I want to win another one. Wouldn't be surprised if Howie drafted a defensive tackle instead of a wide receiver in the first round. Me either. I've been saying that. Howie Roseman's not a good GM. Chip Kelly was put over Howie Roseman. Just let that sink in. Let that sink in. Got about 15 minutes left, guys. All right, so that Providence, no, that's a little weird. Sorry, I'm just checking some scores. Some of these games are really weird. I like college basketball. So I picked some of the games. See some real quick. 4. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I made a couple bets today. Made a couple mistakes too. The Lions have the third pick, but everyone is saying they're getting Jeff Okudah. I mean, I think the Lions should go after Tua. I really do. I think they should just cut ways with Stafford and just say, hey, it's Tua time. A couple of basketball games. I picked Providence, which looks like my lock of the day because Villanova looks like shit, but I'm going to knock on wood there because whenever I say that, it goes complete opposite. This season we'll see if Doug is a great coach as long as the players stay healthy. I will say every Hall of Fame QB has a pretty much saying a good coach. Bradshaw had no. Montana had Walsh. Aikman had Johnson. Elway had Shanahan. Marino had Shula. Marino never won. Never won a Super Bowl. Never ever won. So, I mean, you could say whatever you want to defend the Cowboys or the Patriots or whoever you're trying to defend, but I'm just saying I'm saying what I think. I just think that Tom Brady is I'm not going to say overrated, but I'm just going to say I don't think he's the best of all time. I don't think he's the best of all time. I hate the way that the Heat have been playing lately, but I'm glad they finally won last night in Dallas. You talking about basketball? The Heat are like that team that's like in between. Like, they're not going to go far, but they're going to go. They're just there. It's weird. Redskins fans saying Haskins is better than Daniel. He's not. I'm just saying that most great quarterbacks have great coaches. It's true for the most part, but the coach is usually the reason why they win, unless you have Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers is better than the coach in that situation. So, all right. What else we got here? Okay, guys, I hate to do this, but I think I'm going to wrap this one up. This was just absolutely like everything went by so quick in this rant. All right. At the beginning, we talked about the Cowboys just nonstop. And then all of a sudden, I just stopped caring about the Cowboys. So I just ran off with like baseball and stuff like that. So next time, thank God this Cowboys rant is out of the way because I never want to talk about the Cowboys ever again. Like ever. I don't like the Cowboys. Their fans are stupid. We ran off all this stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like this stream, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And yeah, I'm going to read off this last question before I get out of here. When do you see the earliest the Giants can be at least 8-8? I say 2021. I think they could be 8-8 this year. I really do. The Cowboys stink. Yes, they do. And that's what we'll leave with. Have a great day, guys. Fly go fly. I'm out. Next show will be on Monday. I'll see you guys. Bye.